What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Jay. I'm back at it with another video. I'm here to report on this universe mode ringside report. You feel me? So right now they started off real quick with the return of promos. Now people have been a little disappointed because one thing that they didn't say in this ringside report is that there's no dialogue and no text box. So basically, you gotta just use your imagination. You feel me? So a lot of people were kind of mad about that. I'm still not sure how I feel about it. I gotta see it for myself. I gotta play universe mode for myself. You know what I mean? And then try to see what I think about that one. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna judge it too early because again, maybe it might still add something to it because I was watching footage of people who went to that Creator Fest, man, and they were showing a lot of basically just the commentary kind of commenting on what they're talking about and all this other stuff. It's gonna be kind of weird, but they have 5 different types of promos, and basically of course it's just like a new rivalry action basically, but the 5 different types are self promos, call outs, promo interrupts, to issue an open challenge, and also to accept an open challenge. Now with promos, again, that's something people have been wanting in universe mode for a while, and I don't know how they're ever going to perfect it. I don't know if they can, but I think text boxes will be okay. But with me, I've never been a huge person that utilizes the promos anyway. Like, honestly, I wanted voice acting if we're going to do promos. I know that's kind of crazy to do, but that's honestly what I was thinking about it. Like, I would just love I honestly would just love a voice acted promo system, but I know it's going to be kind of like a long way from now. But moving on to the next section, we have calendars and shows. So now you had the chance to put multiple shows on one day. Now a lot of people are trying to say, hey, you can repeat the Monday Night Wars. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm putting AEW against somebody. You know what I mean? I'm downloading my AEW roster. I download it every year. I just don't record it a lot of times, but I download a AEW roster like every year, and I just try to make see if I can put them against WWE. Now that they can go on the same show, boom, there we go. You know what I mean? So that's gonna be kind of cool. But they added a lot to this universe mode, and I will admit I'm liking the changes. Is it gonna be where we want it to be? We'll get to that in a second. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk too much. But major and minor shows are now eligible to be assigned to Sundays, while PLE shows can now be assigned to Monday through Saturday. And then he said another feature is that PLEs can run across 2 days. So if you want to mimic the double night WrestleMania or SummerSlam, you can now set them up in that same exact way. Now another thing that's kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie to you, day 1 and day 2 ain't gotta be back to back. You can put day 1 on the 1st and put day 2 on like the 14th. You feel me? Like if you wanted to do something like one day in the beginning of the month and one day at the end of the month, you can actually do that. That's a different feature I never even thought about. You feel me? That I never even began to think about, but I like that feature. I'm not gonna lie to you. And also again, the amount of matches that you set up for the PLE, if you put it in the 2-night thing, is gonna have double the matches. So if you want a 7-match WrestleMania, it's gonna turn into a 14-match WrestleMania. Basically, 7 matches on each night. So, my universe mode. If you got a whole lot going on, if you got a whole bunch of rivalries, which I'm hoping there's more rivalry slots. I haven't really seen anything about that, but if you have a whole bunch of rivalries going on at the same time, you can definitely have a ridiculously stacked WrestleMania, which I do love that. I can't lie. So another thing that they added to it is tournament PLEs. So King of the Ring or Queen of the Ring or both, whatever you want to do, they got it on there. You feel me? So that's one thing I love right there. And also, it actually has functionality. It's not just going to be a tournament just to be a tournament. They're claiming that the winner of the King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring is going to be just like in real life. How it's going to actually set up that winner to get a title shot at SummerSlam. I love that. Like, my thing is, I want universe mode to feel like real life. You feel me? Like, yeah, of course you want to control everything, but sometimes I want it to work for me. Like, I just want to set the groundwork. You feel me? Like, I just want to set up the universe mode one time in the beginning, add people, and then it just creates the matches for me, and it does. I don't know. That's me. I almost want to be able to put universe mode on autopilot and be shocked at the outcomes and the matches they give me, and be excited about what they're going to give me for next show. But let me not go too deep into it. You feel me? The next one is team management. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a W. This whole thing to me is a W. So they show a picture of the OG bloodline in there, man. And what they're doing is you can now have one person be on multiple teams. Also, you can actually set the roles of the people within the teams. So let me go ahead and just run it by y'all real quick. So the OG bloodline, right? You got the Usos on that joint. You can actually set the Usos to prioritize tag team matches. And you can have Roman be the singles competitor. You know what I'm saying? And have, of course, Paul Heyman be the manager. And I'm pretty sure Sammy will probably still be like a singles competitor or whatever. But you can actually set up what you want them to do. And as you can see in the screenshot, Roman is the singles, Usos are the tags, Sami Zayn's the singles, and Paul Heyman's the manager. I love that so much. And you can also set it up to where here are the roles that they have on there. It's not just singles and tag and manager. They also added trios and quads. So if you have a huge faction, you can actually have them be a part of a 3-man or 4-man group as well. Have one singles competitor, have the other people be quads. That's tough. Not gonna lie to you. Now it also says teams now also support lineups for stables of 3 or more members. These lineups are smaller groups within a large team and can have their own unique names, ring announcements, crowd reactions, entrances, victories, and roles that are different from their base team. Basically, you can have teams branch off. Like, for example, you can legitimately make the Usos. You ain't got to just have them in the OG bloodline, that's it. You can have the Usos and then put it to where, hey, this team is actually affiliated with the OG bloodline. Like, for example, the new bloodline, right? You can have Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa as a tag team, but then they'll still be connected to Solo Sikoa's bloodline. And I like that a lot as well. I ain't going to hold you. So that's one part where I'm not going to lie, I don't have a single complaint about the tag team stuff right there. If all that stuff works correctly, that's it. Now this one I'm actually going to read it all the way through, so if y'all want to skip ahead, that's okay, or just skip through it, whatever. But I had a paragraph on there. In this year's game, it's basically talking about matchmaking and Intergender. We've revamped matchmaking for better stability and reliability. Also included a new scoring and sorting system during match card generation. This new system takes multiple factors of each match into consideration, such as the overall rating of the superstars involved or whether the match is a world title and more, to curate the card while prioritizing the biggest matchups for the main event and opening matches of the show. Now, to summarize that up, that sounds like they're trying to add a lot more logic to the match cards. I'm hoping and praying so, because if I'm being real with y'all, and I'm not trying to be bogus, I'm just being completely honest, the most fun I've had on Universe Mode, as far as like, besides like, you know, all the creative stuff now, because creative stuff now is killing stuff created back then, but as far as just pure Universe Mode, I think WWE 12 might have been the most fun I've had on there. Like, off rip, just playing a game, again, I understand that, you know, you're going through some stuff, I ain't going to say the name. You were able to unlock a superstar, they came out as a surprise, and now you got a rivalry with that superstar immediately. People will come out in an entranceway, like let's say you have a rivalry with somebody, you don't go against them every single week. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like that. Like, you're not like, you know, Carmelo Hayes and Andrade. You would go against somebody random, and then after your match, that's when that rivalry action would happen, where like, boom, like let's say you feuding with the Undertaker, right? Let's say I'm going against, like, let's say Eddie Guerrero. Undertaker would come out later on in the match and try to taunt me afterwards and stuff like that. It felt like real life, you know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I do like. And they also have like a match table customization. I'm not going to read all of that right there. But also another thing, that they're including the intergender wrestling in the WWE 2k25 universe. But one thing I do like, you are able to toggle it on or off. So if you don't want intergender matches in universe mode, that is perfectly fine. You can actually put it off, and boom, there we go. Let's see how well that works as well. But here's one thing that's kind of cold though, and here's what makes me want to actually try it. You can have an intergender division and actually set up an intergender title. Now, I'm not sure they're going to introduce one in My Rise mode, or you're gonna have to create one yourself. But I have a feeling that they already have a preset intergender title in there somehow, some way. I'm not 100% sure, but they did say that you actually can have a intergender division and have an intergender championship. I like that a lot. To me, that's a W. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, that's pretty much it for the Ringside Report, man. I pretty much talked enough. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below, man. And thank you guys so much for the support the job and giving me, man, on both the support and also the VR support, man. Do me a favor, man. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed and watching this video. I'm gonna keep on coming out with this WWE content and VR content. You feel me? So do me a favor, hit that bell for notifications for all of my upcoming content. And J Young out.